Good morning, Lucifer, Tucifer. This is Rodney. What's up? Hi, Rodney. Hey.
I know what I could say.
What?
Something that not too many people ever heard of, unless they've been to my home state, Louisiana.
What's that?
And it goes like this. Laissez les bon temps rouler, which means let the good times roll, which is what you guys are going to do today.
I love it. Oh my gosh. That's literally all you need to say. It was so nice to meet you, man.
Too, guys.
Have a great drive.
Welcome to California.
Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Patrick.
And I'm Liv.
And this is the Mach-E vlog, and you're joining us on day 3, the most exciting, the final day of our moving trip to Oceanside, California.
Unless day 2 went really long, in which case it's day 4. But anyway, let's go.
Oh, the route's still in there from last night.
Sweet.
Let's see.
Dash cam.
We're going to tap on it and see where it's telling us to do. Trip overview. This will probably be good enough for now. So yeah, it's basically, I think we're actually going to skip that station. But yeah, that's pretty much the route. Depends on what it's doing over here. We may hit some traffic, so there's some ways to cut around that. We may take a scenic route. We'll decide before we get to the first charging stop. You know how it goes. But just so you know, in case you haven't watched the last video, reset the trip for today. So we're already reset. Oh no, I didn't. See?
And where are we today, in case anyone's just tuning in?
Yeah, that's right. We're in Blythe. Blythe, California, just inside the border on I-10. We're heading west to San Diego area, specifically Oceanside. We left Denver. We've done 1,038.8 miles. We're averaging 2.5 miles per kilowatt hour. We'll see what we do today. We had some cold temps the first day. There should be some pretty nice weather. We're in California now, so exciting times, and we're just going to get on the road and then maybe change some things.
Yeah, let's go.
This morning at breakfast, I was doing some planning in the Ford Pass app, so I just went into locations, my plans. We're going to go to my Ford Pass trips. We're going to go to Mance Buchanan Park, because that's close to where we need to go, but it's not giving out our home address. And now it's a little bit different. This is what I planned. And there's still actually a couple of different options once we get there. But we're going to just get this first part underway.
This feels really weird that we're in California, but we're like 4.5 hours from our destination still.
Yeah. I mean, California is a big state, but we're just east of where we're going. So it's like it's big north and south, but it's also big that way.
Yeah, it's quite a big chunk of land. But you guys just met Rodney. It was really nice to meet him at, I have no idea where we stayed last night. Quality Inn.
Wasn't the best of hotels, but it served our needs.
Yeah.
But he was so friendly, like highlight of the
Yeah, absolute highlight. And he had his sweet hat on that said, "Be humble." And I think that's a great way to start the day. We actually met him last night getting decaf coffees when we rolled in. Feels like we rolled in really late because it had been dark for 6 hours or...
Pretty much, because we got there at 9:30, I think it was. But with the time change, it was like 10:30. And we just, I don't know. Anyways, it was dark at 4:30 or so.
Yeah.
And we just did a lot of driving in the dark. Which, it's interesting because it wasn't like a super long day of driving, but because so many hours were in the dark, I think I felt tired just because of that. Like,
certainly, yeah. I mean, it was 13 hours driving though, which is long. I'm like an 8-hour person. I like 8. I think that's nice.
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we took
some extra stops yesterday. We have to watch that video for some fun additions.
That video or multiple videos. I don't know. It was also hard to tell like how many videos we were making because we were too chatty or whatever. That's why we like doing this stuff. But it was interesting meeting Rodney too, because he is another form of professional driver, and like getting into the car stuff, we're getting to meet more people who drive for a living, and he's like transporting special equipment for
I didn't know.
mining or something.
Type of mining.
Like he's the person who transports it. And I just think it's cool thinking about all these people driving across the country in different ways. And like yesterday, Patrick and I were talking about automated trucks and things like that. Like that's going to be a lot of the future, probably, because there's a lot of just driving in straight lines in the dark, or
who knows? It's going to change the industry. Probably improve safety. There's a lot of people. I mean, look at how many truck drivers there are out here just in this stretch. Of course, you can't now see, but over on the other side, there's lots of trucks coming this direction. There's lots of trucks going that direction. So it's going to change that industry.
Yeah, and hopefully for the better. Like maybe makes it safer or easier for the drivers, and drivers will still be required to be there to monitor the system, because that would be, is that like level 5 autonomy? You still need a driver, huh?
Level 5 you technically don't. Which is right now, like Waymo is in certain areas. I think Phoenix and San Francisco, Buzz, which is a GM company, I think it's Buzz. So, but they're very limited areas. But trucking, I think the idea would be is that they don't like navigate cities and do the actual deliveries. But when you're doing like Phoenix to LA, it would be on the outskirts of Phoenix to the outskirts of LA, and it would just.
Because cities are difficult. The people, their obstacles, the roads are small, their traffic lights. This is a straight line.
Well, and this is why this is where Blue Cruise excels. It's basically has pre-mapped roads, and he has a rope dangling.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is where Blue Cruise excels.
This is so weird, by the way, because we were driving in the dark, so I have no idea where we are. Like I don't have the visual transition. Yeah,
we left Flagstaff, heading toward Phoenix as the sun was setting. So there were quite a few trees, beautiful sunset,
plush mountain ranges,
and then as we got into the north part of Phoenix, it was dark. So we just saw a city, and then after we left that, it was just pitch black. Like once we got out of the lights of Phoenix, it was just dark, and you can see why. But it's like I have no idea what it looks like between Phoenix and the border of Arizona, California.
If you guys can see the mountains to the right, just a bit, it's really interesting, and it's just, I had no idea what this was. When I first moved to this country, we moved to Chicago, and then we moved to Colorado, but we actually took the train from Chicago, and I remember how cool it was just getting to see so much of the world, of the country, so much. But then there's those hours at night where you're just like plummeting through darkness. It's such a treat to see stuff.
Yeah, I like seeing the different landscape. This is why we like road trips.
Yeah.
This road trip has gone fairly well. As I mentioned, we're over 1,000 miles. For the most part, charging has been great. We had the hiccup on the first day where it said like one of the critical stations was down. So I planned to skip it, and then I shouldn't have planned to skip it. So.
Oh my God, that was Wagon Mound.
Yeah, Wagon Mound. And it turns out like we called, and then it was back. They're like, no, it's back online. One station is online. You should be okay. But then I shouldn't have skipped it. You'll have to watch that video.
Well, we say we shouldn't have skipped it, but what if everyone else was there and there was a line of people and we're like 3 hours down?
It could have been a wait there.
Yeah.
I mean, we could have checked right before we got there. I just sort of didn't really look ahead or plan that well. There's first of several speed traps. There's supposed to be like multiple speed traps on this road, so got to watch the speed here. But anyways, otherwise though, like we've had some great easy stops. I'm dealing with like with Ford Pass, with Lucifer, the original Mach-E that we had. I was enrolled in the Electrify America plan via Ford Pass, so that I got the discounted rate by just plugging in. That didn't translate over to the car. There's some glitch, and I got to get that worked out, and I haven't gotten that worked out. So if I plug in and charge, I get the non-member rate. If I swipe to charge, I get the discounted rate. So it adds a little bit, but I'm trying to save a little bit of money and just doing that. But I just need to, send Ford an EA a message. And it's sort of goes along with like the fast charging thing. It's like, I don't think about fast charging at all until we're on a road trip. And we got to the first stop and I was like, oh, darn it, I didn't switch everything over.
Yeah.
Should have did that in the last month or so, and it would have been fine. I don't even think about fast charging.
Yeah, I mean, we're very fortunate to have a home where we could have level 2 installed. Then we moved and we're just using a level 1, but it was still fine because we were fortunate enough to work remotely, charge all night, don't drive that much, easy peasy. So you just don't think about it. You really don't think about it. It's just a little bit more, plug in immediately if you're level 1, right? You get all your charging. If you're going somewhere, like on the weekend, you drive on Friday, plug in, and then drive on Saturday. Right?
And that's really just because we work from home. If I had to go to work every day, we would have gotten level 2 just because.
Or we would have found a local charger that was convenient to when grocery shopping.
Some people have to do that. I'd rather not, just because fast charging isn't great for the battery.
True.
But anyways.
But if you're going to have an EV and you don't have level 2 charging at home, you don't have a space to do this, you can survive with fast charging. I know there are lots of people who do that, and I'm lucky to have a garage. We're going to be installing level 2 charging in the new place.
Fairly quickly, I hope.
Yeah. And by the way, we have a plant in the back that you saw at the start of this video. Someone has already nominated a name for it. It's a coleus plant. So their pick was Coleus. I think that's pretty great. But I'm taking submissions. So gimme if you have any ideas of a name for the plant. Okay, bye.
We are at our charger. I got a weird parking angle, but that's just because I want to make sure I can reach. But let's do our trip. 2.3 miles per kilowatt hour. It dropped to 1.9 because we were climbing up and over some stuff. 110 miles exactly. And we're at 1,148.9 for our whole trip, 2.5 miles per kilowatt hour. We're 40 miles of battery, 20%. We don't need to charge that much to get to where we're going to go, but we're going to charge up to probably 80% because we're going to the house that doesn't have level 2 charging. So.
And how long are we driving for?
This trip, 1 hour and 50 minutes.
Oh my gosh. See, the driving in the morning, I've had to pee for like an hour. Let's go.
All right, let's get some juice. I'm going to try to get the member rate by swapping with the EA app. And this is why I got at an angle. But I'm in EA. I'm going to turn on my notification so that it lets me know when the battery hits 80% with EA. Ford Pass will let me know as well. Initiating charge. Please plug in.
Connecting the vehicle.
It clicked. Hopefully it's good speed.
Initiating charging. Oh, did they just update this place? They just...
No, these are Signet. It's not the new ones.
New?
The new ones have just one dispenser, not two.
Oh, right.
If I have to, I can move over to one of those.
Welcome, Patrick. Yay.
We've had better luck with these.
2
It does
kilowatts.
the weird
Oh, no. 4.
starting slow.
Yeah.
And
If
I think,
it's like the last one, it'll ramp to low hundreds.
yeah. There it goes. $67, $74, $80, $90,
Hey.
$24, $131, $132. That should be good.
That's fine by me.
Somebody needs to go to the bathroom, so.
And get coffee. It's all the way over there, but we can stretch our legs. Isn't this place really interesting? There's a Bed Bath & Beyond over there. It just looks so odd, like meshed in.
With the mountain right behind it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really cool. Where are we?
I think it's Palm Desert. And by the way, we've decided that we're going to take the scenic route up and over the mountains instead of going all freeway. So it should be some nice, pretty 2-lane roads. Ford is saying I need 44% to get to the house. But we're going to probably just go ahead and go up to 80%. That would be very quick, just going to 44%. But we're going to go to 80 just because we don't have level 2 charging at the house yet.
And I could do with a 30, 40-minute break, so.
Yeah, and this is our last charge of the
Can't
trip.
believe it. Yay.
And we're going up and over a mountain, so.
Our last charge of the trip and our first charge of this video. So short video, but you guys are gonna get some scenic stuff soon. So.
And we'll make it worth your while if you stay tuned.
There's a Rivian. I always expect to see other EVs at charging stations, but a lot of people must charge at home. So it's like you still go and park in normal parkings. Yeah. I still remember when we went to the courthouse to deal with the diminished value on OG Lucifer after we got hit and run. That was one of the first times we saw a Rivian. Yeah. They parked next to us at the courthouse and we got to say hi. Looking good. It does look good in white. There's a Mach-E. Very exciting. Also, iconic silver, which we haven't seen in ages.
Is this the first Mach-E we've seen on this trip?
Yes.
Charging?
Yes. I've been carrying fancy ponies to give out, so I'm very excited. And an ID4, right?
Yeah.
That's really pretty with the red.
I'm gonna go look for my mic.
Okay. Very pretty. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, we are like right at the end of our multi-1,200 mile road trip. And this is the first Mach-E that we have seen. Iconic silver, super gorgeous. We're here in our grabber blue Mach-E. And you know how Jeep people have duckies? They give each other rubber duckies, right? So I've been thinking, what can we give people? What can we give other Mach-E owners or Mustang owners? And at the Baker charging station, last road trip, I found fancy ponies. They're like My Little Pony, but the cheap knockoff, whatever. But I've been giving these out to Mach-E owners. The Mach-E owner for this beautiful ride is not here right now, but they're going to come back to find a little fancy pony on their front dash. Let's do it. What do you think? That one? All right. Adorable. Hi.
We're not getting arrested.
We're not. Well, I don't know. You better behave.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Thank you for stopping.
Thanks for stopping in Palm Desert and seeing us.
Oh my God, it's such a pleasure. This place is so cool looking, like right at the base of this mountain and everything.
Yeah. It's a little bit warmer than Denver right now, right?
Oh, yes.
That's why we're moving out here.
Nice. Well, nice meeting you both.
Likewise. Oh my gosh, so cool. So she's from near his hometown.
Fellow Tar Heel.
Tar Heel, yeah. And you're also moving to California.
Tar Heels are okay.
Oh.
And they have an Ioniq 5. They're moving to California, just like we're moving to California.
Yay, we're almost
Where
there.
Oceanside.
Oceanside. I don't know where that is.
You will
I'm going to
soon.
San Diego.
Oh, cool.
How about you guys?
West Hollywood area, we hope, but
Oh,
somewhere
nice.
in LA.
Oh, amazing. Cool.
Yeah.
And you got the sweet ride and a dog inside.
Everything was good except in Junction, Texas,
Ah.
in the middle of nowhere at an Econo Lodge. They were not working.
Hi, how you doing? I'm Joel.
Hi.
Patrick.
Hi. Doggy is so cute.
Beautiful. This is
Oh.
Louie.
Hi, Louie.
He's not the friendliest.
Hi, Louie.
But he's protective and gets nervous.
Oh, good job. Good job. Protect your owner. Yeah, good job. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
We'll update you later because somebody's waiting to use this charger. But we are at 97%.
Whoa.
I'll tell you why in a little bit. 67 minutes. Finish at 72.11 kilowatt hours, 97%. 1 hour and 7 minutes. Total cost was $22.01. We went from 20 to 97. We need to unplug, and we'll move out of the way and continue this.
Because I have to fancy pony someone new.
And we're going to do the last bit of our route planning.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're never leaving. This place is way too much fun. Yay, hi. What's your name?
My name's Craig.
Craig, I'm Liv. Very nice to meet you.
Nice
I
to meet
love
you
your
too.
car.
I love my car too.
Awesome.
10,000 miles on it. It's great.
Sweet,
Cross
awesome.
my fingers. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Part doesn't go.
Oh, no. Bye. Thank you. Nice to meet you. And then this lovely lady just got her Porsche, and this is her first time fast charging it. Oh, wait, she's had it for 6 months, but she hasn't fast charged. So she's going to pull in here. It's really deceptive that there are two handles, but you can only use one. So unfortunately, I think she unplugged the Polestar. I'm not sure, maybe. No, I didn't. Patrick's going to say hi to you. This new sweet Space White Mach-E. And then here's this lady here. What a sweet ride. Hello, Eddie.
Hello.
I love your Mach-E. And you have a new fancy pony too, huh?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very nice. Fancy pony family. So what's its name?
You know what? I don't have a name for it.
No, not
No,
yet.
Not yet. No, haven't thought about that
You got some time. So you've had it since March?
since March.
And you
Yeah.
ordered in October?
Ordered in October.
Was it worth the wait?
It was. It
Yeah.
was an excruciating wait, but it was worth the wait.
I feel you. I think every Mach-E owner feels you. It's like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. This is such a happening spot. My gosh. Okay, we have to leave. We told my dad we were coming soon. It's time to go.
Okay, we're just going to get on the road, and then we'll tell you about everything. I reset my trip. We're going to navigate and see where it's taking us. It's still in there from previous. Let me do trip overview, make sure it's taking us. Yeah, it's taking us the right way. It's just, you can't tell, but let's see. If I zoom in, look at that.
Oh,
We're gonna
Okay.
not have fun. We're just gonna enjoy the scenery.
we'll have fun. We'll not have hard, playful
yeah.
fun.
We got too much stuff in the back of the car to really rip it through there and have Mach-E fun. But we are 219 miles of range, 87 miles to the house, or not the house, the park, and 97% battery. So we're gonna roll out, and then we'll update you guys on the road of what happened and why we're at 97%. So.
Okay. Bye. What a cool charging stop. Bye. New best friends. I love charging stations. Well, that went longer than expected.
Yeah, lots to catch you up on. First of all, like I said, we decided to take the scenic route, excuse me, that we are getting ready to see right here as we turn the corner. And that's just to make it interesting for you guys.
And for us.
And for us.
Yeah.
I should have went around this one car. Like, I don't want to go too fast because the car is full of stuff,
Yeah.
but he's going really slow.
But maybe this is good. It'll force us to stay slow.
Yeah.
So this is kind of interesting because we're starting to see cyclists, and in Colorado, there are cyclists all over all the time. So it's nice to see they are going to the visitor center. Cool. That's where the visitor center is. So it's nice to see like, this is a good cycling spot. Like, look at all these people having a great time. Obviously, we saw people hiking as we came into the Palm Springs area. Is this the Palm Springs area?
Yeah, Palm Springs, Palm Desert.
Palm Desert.
It says change may be required at certain times because there can be snow.
Huh.
Very interesting.
And goats? Ram? What is that? Yeah.
But first of all, losing my mic.
Oh my gosh.
And it was like, I got back to the car and like, okay, put the mics back on. They have really strong magnets so that you can mount them with the magnet if you want.
Wait, did we update you guys? We didn't. We did a short.
No, yeah, we did a short. So we have I was scrambling and looked around in the car and I'm like, I must have lost it in there. In Target somewhere. So I went running around and I was like, where did I go in Target? He's like, I went to the bathroom. Maybe it fell out in the bathroom.
And he kept saying, like, I didn't hear it fall.
Yeah. Is that a Hummer?
Oh my God, it's a Hummer EV. Nice.
That's cool.
Cool.
I should have stopped.
Oh, I think they might be filming even.
Yeah, I don't want to pull off because it's a rough, bouncy road or pull off.
And also, I just told my dad we were coming.
Yeah.
Sort of. Did I tell him?
So, anyways, long story short, it didn't fall off, but the strong magnet, like I must have, like somebody was like coming out of the bathroom when I was going in, and I remember getting close to the door or whatever. I think the magnet pulled the microphone off and attached itself to the door of the bathroom. So crazy. It was just sitting right there. And I actually went into the bathroom, looked around like, dang it, it's not in here. And as I was going out, I was like, what? That is crazy. I
thought there was no way you were going to find it because they're so small. They're these little things that we have right here. And they're so useful, though.
And we spent like $330 to get these thanks to our patrons. That was like, I think the biggest boost in our audio quality has been that. So.
Absolutely. And it's especially useful for things like auto shows where there's lots of noise, music, and people, which is what we're going to be doing in a couple days at the LA Auto Show. So we're like, we're going to have to buy a new one. I don't know.
But then I'm not going to go into detail, but like we did so many, like we get back to the car.
He was gone looking for his mic, and I went to Fancy Pony that iconic silver because that's my term now. You go Fancy Pony someone, and I stuck it on there. So, oh goodness, everybody. Is this a picturesque spot or something?
Yeah, I think there's a view of the valley.
So that was a nice relief, and we were close to done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she did the Fancy Pony thing, and as we were doing that, we see a sheriff, and I'm like, uh-oh, because Liv was like, I don't want to wait, and I want to wait till after the sheriff is gone, because I'm going to be touching somebody else's car. I'm like,
yeah.
He doesn't know what car is ours. Let me just go put it on the car.
And I put it on the car, and then he stops, and I'm like, huh.
And he like waves us over, and I'm like, uh-oh. And then, crazy enough, he's like, do you guys do like YouTube videos?
So shout out to Kyle Connor Without Respect because he recognized us from his channel.
Yeah, he's a fan of Kyle's. So he
all his videos.
Recognized us. Recognized, of course, Liv's hair. But then just so many people. We saw somebody pull in with the Ioniq 5. We started talking to them because they're from North Carolina. I'm originally from North Carolina. And we're like, yeah, but we're moving to California. And they're like, yeah, us too. So very cool to meet them. We saw a group of people in a Polestar. Liv was trying to help this lady with a Porsche Taycan that had never fast charged before.
Yeah, she's had her Taycan for 6 months. And she hasn't fast charged. So obviously it's been a great vehicle. She's had a great time with it, she said, but she's never had to fast charge. So she was trying to use the same plug as the Polestar. And for a second I was like, did they upgrade the units? Because you can split the new units, right?
No. The new units only have one handle, but they will
That's
share with the unit next to it on some of them. But it is confusing because EA has 2 handles and 1 screen on their old hardware.
Yeah.
So you think, well, you plug in one, I plug in the other, it's fine. But only one handle could be active at a time. So sometimes it'll be like there's 8 plugs at a station. So you're like, oh, that's 8. That's great. But it's really only 4 because of the way they're configured.
It just gives you more options for pulling in, right?
More options? Well, no, because they're basically pretty much the same. I think the reason that they were configured that way is that the handles can break easy. So it's provides some redundancy because there's 2 handles in each. But it was really cool just helping somebody out again. And then we saw another Mach-E. It was a Mach-E GT that got pulled in, and Audi came and was waiting.
There was a Bolt when we started, wasn't there? Yeah, when we started, there was a Bolt.
And we saw a red ID4 for a brief moment, but they were gone.
I saw them. They left while you were searching for your mic. I think that ID4 looks really good in the red with the white top. Yeah, it's really pretty. Also, this is really pretty. I'm so glad we're doing this just to see
pretty in a weird way because it's like
alien.
It looks like rocky alien territory.
It's super alien, yeah. Like, no way you could go hike here. I'm sure people do, but like, look how difficult that must be.
And we could have went straight on I-10 into near the old March Air Force Base. I don't know what that area is. Not familiar with the territory around here much. And done all freeway. But this is quite a bit shorter to go this route. But because the speeds are slower, it's about the same time. I think it's like almost like a 20, 30 mile difference. But I'm enjoying this. We definitely have plenty of charge for doing all of this climbing. And then, of course, we got to go back down to sea level on the other side, so that'll help. But
accidental, almost 100%.
Yeah. By the way, wanted to mention that, and we'll pop up some screenshots because while I was in Target, like I initially checked and I could see it was still charging at 111 kilowatts via the EA app, but the Ford app told me, first of all, it said we are at 44%. That's enough to continue our trip to where we want to go. So it let me know with a push notification. I took a screenshot of that. But then it also let me know when we hit 80% and said, hey, you hit 80%, consider moving on because it charges so much slower after 80%. It drops down to about 40, 43 kilowatts at that point. But I think it's really cool that like you can walk around, just do your thing and get the notifications, monitor the charge from EA or the Ford app. But yeah, now I think Liv told her dad that we got delayed because we got stopped by the sheriff.
He hasn't responded yet. Yeah, we thought that would be fun.
We may not have coverage. We're sort of out the middle.
Oh, we don't have coverage. Oh my gosh, my battery is almost dead.
Do you need a plug?
I'm gonna plug in, but that was, it seems to happen with us. If you're a chatty person and you stop at the water cooler, which is the charging station, you chat with people, and there's so many nice people, and it's cool that we're all in on this new technology, and we all have unique vehicles and unique challenges. Even the couple in the Ioniq 5, the gentleman, Joel, driving it, he wasn't even sure how to use any of the intelligent cruise control features that they have. And like, this is their first real driving experience, is driving from North Carolina to their new home in Los Angeles. So super hardcore, super intrepid. Then you have the lady whose name I didn't get in her Taycan. She's had it 6 months and now fast charging for the first time. Like, it's really interesting seeing people in different situations as opposed to the gas station. We're all in the same spot. We're filling up, you clean your windshield, and you're good to go. It's like this cool opportunity to talk to people. So it's hard to leave. It's so fun. I'm sure there are more cool people there now.
We're at 3,000 feet of elevation. So at some point, we're going to drop down to like a dozen feet by Oceanside.
And we're efficiency of 1.2 miles per kilowatt hour. We'll see how that goes later.
If you haven't watched any of our Colorado videos, we're sort of used to that. You go up
Yeah.
and over these like mountain passes, and efficiency takes a nosedive going up. It can freak you out, but then on the way down, you gain a lot of that efficiency right back. So it'll balance out going all the way down.
This is really, really interesting though. That looked like they were holding. It's really interesting because this is such a different mountain range. Like it's just a weird topography. And I don't know about you, but I feel quite used to Colorado.
Yeah, it's definitely a change.
Yeah.
And, excuse me. I was thinking this could be a potential road, like if we get some cars to test out
Yeah,
to
I was
come up
thinking
here.
the same thing.
It's a little bit far, but I think we could potentially justify doing a loop like this because we'll have some freeway, then could do something like this, both directions, take some good photos.
We did. So when we came out here a month ago,
About a month, yeah.
a month ago, I was dispatched by a Girls Guide to Cars to attend an Audi event, got to check out the Q4. Patrick came with me and we had the best time. And we got to drive the Q4 out in the mountains around, we call them mountains, right?
Yeah,
Around Temecula. And the route is really cool. And that's closer to us, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I like this road better.
Likewise, it's a little less crazy, huh?
Well, that one was a little bit too narrow, so even though it was a
Yeah.
fun road, it was like, wow, that's really a tight road. You can't really do much because you gotta always worry about somebody coming from the other direction.
This is true. Yeah, we could just come out to Palm Springs and film with cars and stuff.
Yeah, and I think because Kyle Connor, again, him and a bunch of other people, I think they just came out
Yeah.
to Palm Springs for a BMW event, and I bet they drove this road.
Yeah, right? I mean, I'd see why they'd come out here.
I'll take
And
a
there's
look.
so many cool pull-ups for interesting photos. And it's weird because there's a lot of, there's a vast mountain range, but it's very different to Colorado, which is like very craggy peaks and
Well, and there's trees. These are
trees,
brush.
yeah. But like from the distance, it still looks kind of similar in a weird way. Very brushy. So yeah, that was an absolutely super fun charging stop.
It's been a great road trip. Like we've had a lot of fun so far.
So far, the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been very pleased with the car. I think it's a great road trip car. It doesn't charge quite as fast as like the Ioniq 5, but overall, like every time we've been, because we're driving such long stretches, it's nice to take those breaks. And yesterday in that video, if you remember, like there was a Rivian that we were sort of pacing to, most of the day at the same charging spots, seeing it, 3 different charging spots, and we're, doing about the same pace. Now, we don't know, like, were they, taking longer breaks or whatever, but it just, goes to show, like, a faster charging car doesn't necessarily result in a faster trip necessarily.
I kind of loved that opportunity. And they were going to Phoenix or the next somewhere else in Arizona. So they were almost done with their trip when we actually made a connection with them and got to chat. But it was such a cool and natural happenstance that we were all driving the same route. And it was cool to see, here's a family with a baby and a dog, and they had to medicate the dog so the dog could handle the trip, and they were walking the dog around and everything. So like very realistic road trip with a family. But there was nothing contrived about the situation. Like we were able to sort of see what this was like, a couple with no kids, but who need to pee a lot, and then a couple with like a more intense situation. This is pretty weird. And
I see the flag up there. We're at 3,983 feet.
And there's some
3,986.
fire here. 3,986 feet. Are we going down now?
Well, I was wondering because we had that flag. I'm like, do they put that at the top or?
Oh, okay. Yeah, and there was clearly a fire here.
Yeah, definitely.
a couple of years ago, though, at least, because there's some good growth. But climate change, drive EVs, renewable energy, all that stuff. Because
And just be careful with your fire. But
With your fire,
they're still in a pretty severe drought. They got some good rain, but it's going to take multiple times with rain. Here's a little fire warning sign.
It's in the middle.
The middle, high.
Oh, high. Okay. I was
yellow.
like, the middle, cool. Oh. I guess low is cool. It's cool seeing all the cars go past as well. Porsches, Audis, Lexus.
I haven't seen anybody in front of us
Lexus?
or behind us since
No.
that first car.
That's weird, huh?
Yeah, it's a little weird, I thought. And again, we're taking it easy because we got things that are shifting around in the back. But it's doing well so far. But I wouldn't mind coming back here with a empty car.
Oh, yeah. You're going to whip it. But that certainly feels better than the other route. We actually have some footage from that, so I think we're going to share that either on EV Explored, our more general EV channel that we're still working on because we need to find the time to do stuff for it, or we'll do it on here. But we'll show you guys that route, probably in the Mach-E as well.
Yeah.
It was really interesting and fun. And
I think relatively soon, hopefully sometime in December, maybe around the holiday, we'll take that route and just that might become our route that we take to demo cars, because it was a little bit of everything. Like may modify it a little bit because there wasn't like freeway stuff. So I think there's some things that we could do.
Yeah, but like Patrick said, it's super narrow though, so we'll see.
Our goal is to get a route that is easily repeatable and has a variety of road types. So it'd be nice to have some roads like this, but I know most people don't drive on roads like this. 90% of the time it's city streets and freeways. So I want to find one that has some city streets, some traffic, although I don't like traffic. That's the reality for most of us. Some freeway.
Uneven surface.
Yeah, well,
uneven road.
And just so, because we made a comment, I remember, on the Polestar 2 about how noisy it is, a lot of road noise, but I always doubt, could it just be the road? Because even in the Mach-E, there was a couple of stretches of road where I was like, man, this thing is really noisy inside. But it was because the pavement was in such poor condition. So if we have the regular route, we can go this section is bumpy, how does it feel? This section is noisy, how does it sound?
And somewhat more predictable weather here. So in Colorado, it can be hard. Sometimes you're like, let's pick a similar day, but you could have a 40-degree difference in testing something, which obviously makes an impact in the tires and the range and the cabin noise, because you want to warm the cabin, right?
And speaking of which, we've been thinking about doing our own range test if we have time with the vehicle, and maybe not do well, first of all, we got to find a place where we can do a range test. And then it's do we do just a boring highway range test, which is
not boring,
but just that's all you're doing, standard, like a loop, and keep it relatively straight, relatively flat, which can be more difficult for us. And do we do a 100 to 0, 100% down to 0, or do we do a 80 down to 10 or 80 down to 5, like what most people do on a road trip? So give us some feedback. What type of range test do you think are useful? Kyle Connor sort of has the gold standard of 100 down to 0 and the charging test 0 to 100. I don't know if I need to duplicate that because those are great, but should we do maybe a 100-mile loop that we figure from a certain starting point near our house, and we start it the same, and then we could track every single vehicle to see how does it handle 100 miles, and that would be our test. That might be sort of great, and we could do a variety of traffic.
I like that idea. I definitely.
And it's easier.
It is easier, yeah, because I gotta be honest, I'm not so daring to the point of being willing to be towed, which I know Kyle has got a really good sense on like eking out the last mileage of a vehicle. So he's really good at that stuff. But like, for one, if you guys have any info, I know we have some incredibly smart viewers, and share everything. Give us your genius, and maybe we can learn from you guys, and create something good. But I do agree with you, the 5 to 80, because the lowest that I want to come into a charging station is 5, to be totally honest. I'm not
Go ahead,
comfortable.
say it,
10. Well, 5. We've done 6. 5
We've done 6
yeah.
a few times.
Yeah, and that's fine, but it's also like we were in a couple cold conditions, and it's just so dodgy, cold, and altitude and everything like that, like elevation gain. It's just not much wiggle room, and I don't know, like, yes, you got to be on top of the geography of where you're going, and is there going to be a lot of climbing and things like that, but like, I'd like a little buffer, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, I feel like we've been talking for a long time. We've been talking for 20 minutes.
I know. I that was probably the longest stretch we've ever done, and I was like, well, once we get over the mountain range, but it's a long little stretch here, so I think we should just go and give you guys some scenery.
Some scenery and some good music, hopefully. By the way, comment, please, on what you think of our music lately, because we started paying for a music subscription thing, so we're not using the YouTube free music, which is great, but we want some variety for you guys. So let us know if there's a song you like or don't like, or vibe or whatever. Give it a shout out. We just want to keep getting better at making content. And on that note, I should stop talking. Okay, bye.
Okay, so we were going to continue on the road we were on, and I was like, why is it telling us to take this road of all things? But I had Liv look it up, and it looks like there's quite a bit of traffic on that road. So it's a couple miles detour, but I think it'll be shorter overall. So I'm pretty happy with Sync avoiding traffic for us.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And this is picturesque.
Yeah, and now that the road trip is almost over, I'm like, we're 33 miles from the house. Let's see some more things.
Like wineries.
It's
Ooh, horses.
Oh yeah, that's equestrian center.
Yeah.
It's sort of interesting because like sometimes, like by the end of yesterday, I was ready. Oh, there's a winery.
Hey, cool. Let's go.
By the end of yesterday, I was like, I'm ready to stop driving. But today, I'm like, let's keep driving. Let's have some fun. Oh, look at the grapes.
Grapes. We're getting close to, San Diego wine country, sort of. Temecula area, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very winey region.
Whiny region.
Winey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is really sort of a crazy, like, no stripes on the road,
Yeah.
side road, but what the heck, who cares?
And we're the only people here. There's not even anyone behind us.
Yeah, I almost missed a turn because I was like, it says to turn, but I don't see it. It looked like a driveway more than a road.
Yeah, it totally did. This is interesting though. Like, we're getting to suss out our hood. I know this is like an hour away from the house, but still.
32 miles.
Yeah.
Not bad.
No, and there really are a lot of wineries out here apparently, which seems strange for such a deserty area.
Yeah, you can see up on the hills in a couple of spots. There's some, I'm assuming, wineries.
Yeah, like really beautifully manicured vineyardy things. These are very technical terms. Vineyardy, winey. Ooh, cool hill. Little hill over there.
And we're
If
going
you
to turn
add an E
left
on
at the stop
anything.
sign.
Oh, fine. Ooh, where's there? Oh, I see. I thought that was cool of Sync. I didn't notice it rerouting. Did you?
No.
It's just suddenly it said something different, huh?
I hadn't been paying attention too much, but it may have rerouted while we were on the other road. Don't cut the corner, dude.
Wow. That was close. Yeah, it was such a windy road that you were paying attention to that, and I was getting cool shots because it was so pretty. Well, this is a really nice area to see.
More horses.
More horses, more plants, vegetables. Ooh, grapes. Wow. And nothing there.
So that was the road we were on. You can see the red. We just bypassed a big chunk of it by doing that detour.
Nice.
I didn't zoom out to see what we were doing, but that's apparently what we're doing. Hopefully, it's not a bunch of traffic continuing on. We'll find out in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm really interested. No way. There's a horse.
There's multiple horses.
There's the horses. Oh, that is so cool. She's kicking it. Oh, wow. Oh.
And cowboy hats.
Oh my gosh. Carved
For sale.
signs. This is fun. Good detour. Thanks, Sync.
There it is.
There's that traffic. Can you see that? Just
Oh, it's because of
barely.
this stoplight.
Oh, yeah, there long row of cars. Well, because of the stoplight, but we just get to go.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sync. Oh, shame.
And
That could have been us.
I almost want to look, like, just pull over and see, because I know there was like a red Tesla behind us, like, see how long.
Oh,
How
yeah.
much time did
Like,
it save?
how many cars did it save us? I think we'll just enjoy our saved time. You know, maybe it's not even that much time, but it's enjoyment, isn't it? Because we got to see vineyards and horses.
I like moving, like, even, like, if it takes us a little bit longer, I'd rather move than sit in traffic.
Totally. Agreed. And stop and go is not pleasant. Although if you have Blue Cruise, if it's actually doing it.
Yeah, you can turn that on
But that time, when we were leaving Denver, you had it on.
for a
didn't
lot,
you?
yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to call this the end of our trip. We're close to where we're going to live. We're going to take you on a tour of the house, but we're not going to dox ourselves. So stay tuned for that. But this is like the end of our road trip. We finished with 143 miles of range, 66% battery. We had to take a stop, and I forgot to reset the trip for the last segment. But for today, we'll do this. We drove 198.1 miles today, 4 hours of driving total, 2.6 miles per kilowatt hour. So that's for today, since we left Blythe. Is that how you say it? Blythe,
I think.
in California. But for our entire road trip was 1,237 miles. If I'm not mistaken, when I looked it up initially before we left, I think it was 1,236 was the estimate. So right on the money, even with little detours. 22 hours of driving. That's not accurate because like we sat in the car a bit and did stuff like this. But 2.5 miles per kilowatt hour total. Not bad. I think we averaged like 2.6 or so with the first edition, which is like a premium extended range all-wheel drive. This gets slightly less. Plus, we had some really cold temperatures that first day or first night. So that's the wrap-up of our stats. Hopefully, they're all accurate. Sometimes I forget to reset the trip or whatever, but I think everything is good on that. So that's our stats for this road trip for today and for the entire trip from Denver, Colorado.
Wow, we're here.
It feels surreal.
Super weird.
Now we got to go see the house and unload all that stuff.
And there's a cyclist. We're literally facing the bike trail, which is one of the reasons that we picked this neighborhood. Not so much in the past year or two, but we love cycling and we'd really like to get back into it. And speaking of which, we really want to get into e-bikes. We would love to share with you guys about e-bikes. So part of this pick for this neighborhood was this amazing bike trail that goes down to the ocean, and we're watching the cyclists go by right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Yeah.
By the bike trail, we're close to the park. Like we could get over to the park, so we're close to where we're all of this fun stuff, and then we can get down to the ocean, to the Oceanside Harbor. So exciting for us. And look at that. I want to
Everything made it. I'm feeling emotional because it's super weird and it's surreal and it all moved really quickly. So,
Yeah.
And it's very terrifying. It's very, very expensive, of course. So I'm terrified.
This is something we've wanted for years, and we during the pandemic, we both got our normal day jobs were shifted to 100% remote work, and we got that in writing that that's how it's going to be. So we got all that approved, and then we were like, well, we could move, and now it moved a lot faster than we thought.
Yeah.
And we still got a few weeks of like we have to go back to Colorado and get all of the other stuff because they have more than this. So we'll see. There's an e-bike.
I know. And I'm still getting a leg made by my prosthetist there. So doctors are important. It's all a lot of scary stuff. But for now, we have a house that we should go look at.
Yeah.
Which is very, very weird too. So let's do it.
We're going to skip the scenery to get to the house, and we're just going to go. Okay, the car is in its new home. That's the most important thing for a car channel, right? And I went ahead and plugged in our Ford charger, but we're not going to use that just yet. We're going to wait until it's not so expensive because they have time of use.
And we have to upload stuff.
That ladder is like right above the car. Maybe I'll move that.
Isn't that scary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be okay, but I might move it.
Yeah.
All right,
We have
let's
an attic.
go take a tour.
It's crazy. This is crazy. We've only been in this house a couple times when we were buying it.
So we're going to stay here temporarily.
Yeah.
Which means we have like an air mattress that we're going to set up and stuff. Only for a couple of days, and then we got to go to the LA Auto Show. But kitchen.
My dad was really cool and brought bedding and an air mattress, and towels because you need that. Fireplace because it's California and apparently you need fireplaces.
There's our lovely temporary.
I don't know where that came from.
We love it because of the back patio. Those are really low right now. I think we have to adjust those.
The place had to get tented for termites by the previous owner. Yeah.
There's a fire pit underneath there. I think it's propane. Yeah, it's propane. But that's the back. It's California, so you don't get a huge backyard.
Nope.
But let's go inside. And we'll see here. Look at that. I sort of like that view.
Of the car?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Big front living room area. Not sure, we may set up our office in here.
It seems like it's nice light and bright during the day.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna work here all day, every day.
And we won't necessarily go out in the front, but there's a water fountain in the front.
What other fountain is there? Chocolate?
It could be a chocolate fountain. There's the front door.
Tiny closet.
Tiny bedrooms.
Teeny tiny. This is where anyone who visits us will be sleeping. Imagine Inspired Dream Room.
We have not put that up, but it was left for us.
I think this is gonna stay the nickname of the room. The Eid Room. Yeah. Imagine Inspired Dream.
We don't need to show you the bathrooms. You know what bathrooms look like.
Boring bathrooms.
This might become our office. Is there a light switch in here?
Yeah. Oh, you gotta pull the thingy.
Okay, let's see. Okay.
It is small.
This might become our office. We'll see. Yeah, I just don't know. And then.
It's cool because you can see the back area.
Yeah.
But it's small, so who knows? Or maybe this will be the guest room.
We're almost done. This is the master bedroom. We're gonna get the carpet redone because there's some stains and it's whatever. But another ceiling fan, but has a sliding door out to the back patio. So that's about it. It's
California size. It's teeny tiny, but it feels very scary, but exciting. How do you feel, Patrick?
Excited and ready to unload.
Oh my gosh, we made it.
We're gonna unload the car, probably get something to eat. Family's gonna come visit, which is really cool. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
my
like,
dad.
15 minutes from our dad's house, 25 minutes from our sister's house.
Yeah. I haven't been able to say that much. My dad's gonna come over.
That made me emotional, so this is a weird way to end the video. But thank you. Yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah, just this time we're just gonna go.
whatever you drive, wherever you live, enjoy the ride.
And hold the people you care about close while you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.